Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel ArtDev. Today we are talking about how to blend in a character with a background, making a background look like an anime or screen cap or screenshot, what I can call a still frame image. Me and my artist friends who are professional in this way of making still frame image look. Today we'll be drawing Ayane from Dead or Alive DOA series. Actually, the character is too strange with that in the purple hair and the ninja's sickness we all love, and the design. You will notice that first of all, before I start drawing, I had to draw the layouts and start to consider what masses will be on this paper. If it's on the right or the left, how I'm going to balance it, how I'm going to pay attention to the golden ratio and other annoying stuff like this. Some artists do them naturally, but others does have to calculate them. While Da Vinci said it's naturally and other artists says it's naturally. So we will start to pay attention to this. Today also I will be featuring the links to my interesting interview with MEGAMASTER, including tips and tricks and another interesting stuff you will actually enjoy about a freelance and artist life. I shared this tip with him and hope you enjoy the interview. The interview links is appearing on the screen and in the description down below. So you'll notice while I'm drawing Ayane that I will change the face countless times because I'm not kinda satisfied with the final results, so I will be changing from time to time and considering the distance between the eyes and how to make a fine perspective and dynamic looking anime eyes while keeping comics in check. Because after all, I am trying to make and close the gap between the anime and the comics. The anime and the cartoons, the comics and the manga. So, as I've said before, the very important step before all is layouts. Making layouts will make your job easier, will make everything far more easier. After that you add the pencils, try to render them. Please look at the penciling video I already mentioned before. You will see it in my first videos, maybe how to draw comics, layouts and secrets of making a fine penciling image. As you're noticing now, I am making that sleeve and adding the hand mask before I start moving. I'm drawing on hands that I'm going to erase it in the future, as you're going to see while I'm working on this image, because I'm not finally satisfied. As you can see, the face skinned off and not very fine, not giving feminine sexiness and curvy face design of the character from the DOA games. So I had to reconsider drawing them and understanding them. Pay attention that coloring the cell shade technique requires some aspects and tips and tricks, while penciling and inking also, because if you've done a step like penciling and it made the shading there, a very huge part of shading, and after that you moved it to the Clip Paint Studio or any other software and started to ink it, after that you will notice that you will have to make this area a stock black area. So when you try to add cell shade coloring tones, the anime coloring tones, you will find the image is skinned off and you are not satisfied with the final results. You will notice that it's not anime at all, or you're not going to see this character like popping out of an anime or something like that. So I had to watch other artists, how can they use it and understand how to draw that stuff and be able to manage the gap between the pencils, the inks and the colors. There's very few artists who master this style and are able to turn any image, any standard image, into an anime looking image. One of them is Hiraku Kenaku. Hiraku Kenaku is an amazing artist. I got attached to his works. He's kind of specialized in drawing females, giving them a dynamic life, an anime life, and enjoying making them. So I had to share this with you. Besides, I also looked at Witchblade's character design charts. It's amazing character designs and amazing coloring tones, but it's kinda old, so I had to look at the art of Hiraku and figure some secrets from the inking, since I don't have any penciling stuff from him, from the inking and the coloring tones, and learn a lot from him. Be able to draw an image and give it some anime-ish techniques. It's like learning how to cook something and add a very small ingredient. This ingredient is going to make the whole meal, the whole dish, give it another whole taste. Here's what you'll have to do to make a not thick lines while penciling, making it slick, making it dynamic, allowing your job, making your job far more easier while are going to move to the inks. I'm going to talk about the inks after a while, after a couple of minutes, as I'm moving through the video webinar we're making here, and it's very relevant and very important to consider those lines, because when you do add dynamic pencils and understand the mass of the body, you will have to, after you understand knowledge of anatomy and perspective and other stuff like this, you will make an outstanding pencils. After making a right and outstanding pencils, the inks is very important too, because they make your image, give them life. How are you going to do that? Well, my knowledge about inking is not deep and not very important to most of you guys, cause I think I'm self-taught artist, so I don't have a very deep knowledge about inking. So I had to figure out something and start studying it. A very bit tips. The secret about making the inks is understanding the foreshortening and the depths of any image you're going to draw, what's in the back, what's in the middle ground, and what is in the foreground. Arranging those stuff will help you make your job far more easier when you're drawing and inking any image. I tried inking image of Jim Lee drawing character, maybe Hellspawn cover. I've done it, and it's on my DeviantArt. After I have made it and posted, I was very satisfied. Hey, I thank him. Jim Lee drawing is amazing. I am so happy. And someone posted a comment there and told me, hey, inking is not following an artist's pencils. Inking is about be able to draw with ink and make corrections to the drawing and give it more dynamic and life. When I started this comment, actually at first I thought I felt so angry, but after a while I tried to rethink this phrase and this critique. I value this critique now, and I would tell myself don't get angry with it, cause it will help your job get far more easier. Cause inking is making values between the whites and blacks and understanding the depths and the dynamics of any drawing or painting. As you see now, I've made the pencils very quick lines layouts for the layouts of the background. Sorry, first of all, sorry for that annoying blue square on the right, but we call it the annoying blue square. Notice now that I have made the wrong move. We made a triangle, shaded triangle beneath the face on the neck. Well, it's so wrong and so off, so I had to remove it. Now I had to use the brushes from 4 to 7 or 8. Don't use too low, cause it will not be so good with your drawings, or don't use bigger brushes, cause it will make so annoying while making the anime look we're going to reach in the end. When I noticed the line art of Hiraku, I noticed that he got the curvy lines, amazing curvy lines, and the slick lines while drawing, completing them with colors and tones, cel shade tones, making his image look anime, as I've told before. So I'm trying to make the same job here with anime. Inking in Clip Paint Studio with the let's call it an ink pen, an ink pen brush. Actually, it took me so long time to find the brush that I admire, the brush that I think it will turn my images into anime or cartoons. This is the brush. How? How is this? The colors that's going to turn your drawings into anime, not ink, not pen, not thing like that. Well, here's the secret to the recipe of making a good, fine anime look image is through making a fine layouts, pose, a great penciling, and amazing inking, fine tip inking, and a very curvy like ink Sharpie or inking pen. It's very important. And for the coloring tones and the effects, it's very important in the end, the effects. Sometimes you will notice that the effects that are going to make your whole image look like a professional one. Well, here's to you. We're going to experience this step by step, a very depth tutorial, long tutorial here with you guys, okay? So don't worry about this stuff anymore. When I'm drawing the eyes, actually I have learned a lot from the Queen's Blade character designs and Takehiro Moira, an artist, used to draw some don't laugh at me. He used to draw some doujinshi back in the day, but now he's working on Attack on Titan, the Shingeki no Kyojin, and Sword Art Online, as an animator now and an inker. He's very satisfied. I'm talking to him from time to time. He even helped me to make character designs for the characters Medora and the mayor from my Hazard comic. It will be available soon as a graphic novel. I will consider some drawings from it, and maybe I'll be drawing Medora cover in front of you guys here on my channel. I learned from this too a lot, so I had to rethink what makes the female eyes very more sexy and amazing and give them the cute look or other features you see in drawings of anime or comics. I tried studying those artists and paying attention to, believe it or not, to Ghibli drawings female. Exactly when I tried to look at back in the day to Psylocke and found I was astonished by the face. The face, if you remove the cheekbones from Psylocke and give her a pointy chin, you'll find it on anime. But if you also minimize the mouth a little bit, she will look like a total anime. So to turn any anime female into comics, you will have to consider the cheekbone shading, the chin, and the side of the mouth. So applying those will help you to make any character turn any character from anime to comics, or from manga to comics, or from comics to manga. So try as hard to value those tips. And as we are moving to the inking of the body, you'll notice that I'm trying hard to take out any large mass black areas, and keep in mind that I'm going to add a mass shape coloring to this part, because it will make my job far more easier and will make the image look more anime than it looks now. Also, here is a secret, a very important secret ingredient to be sharing with you guys, is background. Yes, the background. The background is our secret recipe today, so we are going to start working on it before coloring the character. The background is what turns any image from a standard looking cel shaded drawing to an anime or cartoon. Here's how. When you look at a cartoon or anime, you'll find that the character blends in with the background, and the background gives the look of the animation, the contrast of colors, the harmony of colors, applying them together and giving you the final look that we all see. So I had to make a comparison that I'm going to share with you guys. But before that comparison, I'm sorry that I have adjusted and this video, the whole webinar, I've cut the inking part and moved through the coloring part, okay, to make it more, give you more depth and give you more attention, because we are not talking totally about inking today, we are talking about background. As you've seen that I'm making some changes to the background, I'm applying where the shadow and light's coming from. I'm using the basic penciling that I have done to adjust it, making deep lines and deep dark in the backgrounds, and making the foregrounds kinda highlighted, adjusting those, made the line, the pencils in the background, and made the color layer multiply to be able to adjust it. The comparison is between the cartoons and the anime, the backgrounds in the cartoon and the anime. So we are going to make comparisons through the lines, the colors, the sky tones, the cel shade tones, the texture using, and the richness of the background. First of all, the lines. Well, I've made the comparison between Benson animations, cartoons, and the One Piece anime. The lines in the cartoons are very thin, or sometimes it's removed, while in the anime it's thin and nearly always removed to give you a feeling of realism and other stuff like that. While in the colors, the color wheel in the cartoons are in the dark tones, bluish tones, purple tones, green tones in the morning, while in the anime it's very light colors. As you've seen now, I'm making designs to the windows that is going to appear in the back of INA background. So I'm trying to make it look more dynamic and give it look like a digital painting. We are going to move through this step. Return to the comparison. The sky tones in the cartoons are dark tones, while in the anime it's lighter tones. When you look at the sky tones of Benton, you'll notice that it's blue, dark blue, or deep green, or other stuff, other dark tones of colors. While in the anime, it's what makes the anime more popping with its backgrounds, because it's very light. When you look at the sky, it's very blue, and maybe some will notice it's unnaturally blue, because it will help the characters pop out more and make it more dynamic. If you can see this with One Piece backgrounds, you will understand it, what I am telling about. As for the cell shade color tone, the cell shade wheel is always used, always cell shade in the cartoons, while in the anime it's kind of like a digital painting. If you look at One Piece, Samurai Champloo, Naruto, and other Gundam, other stuff like that, you will notice it's like digital painting. While sometimes, maybe so more than I can realize, it's not digital painting in some of the American cartoons. You'll notice that it's very rarely. Maybe I remember that Batman animated or Superman animated and other stuff that comes from DC. It's not always used as cell shade digital painted backgrounds. Well, as for the texture using, maybe I use the term of photo bashing. No, it's not used too much in the cartoons, while sometimes it's used in the anime to help the artist make those stunning background art. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about this part as we are moving through the image. And finally, the rich. Through the richly effects, glow, and blend in effects. Maybe I am not able to describe it fine. Well, while in the cartoons it's very poor, while in the anime it's very rich. You always see glowness and whiteness and light blue colors in the backgrounds and other stuff, other drawings. Here is our comparison between the two. It's very relevant. It's very important. It differs from a show to another, but basically I captured many shows as I can recall: One Punch Man, Gundam, Animatrix, and many other animes and cartoons. Batman, Ben 10, Superman. Well, I'm now returning to the window that I have made. I'm copy pasting it, paying attention to the color wheel and difference, moving it behind characters, behind INA. After this, I'm adjusting it a bit more. Trying to value the thing between the theory of and the power is in the shaded light. This theory I've said before while I'm drawing the Raphael drawing I had on my channel before. So we always try to draw a shaded part in the background and want it to feel like popping out. You'll have to make the light barriers, light frontiers out of it to give it more depth. While I am making another copy of the windows here, I'm adjusting the dark area, and I will be cutting those dark from this dark area I've made to show more of the windows. Don't know this location where it is. Maybe it's a bank or some urban background or something. She suddenly appeared and started to draw. Yeah, I'm going to fight you. Yeah. Well, here is the thing. I'm going to tell you about very tips to be able to draw. Generally, any anime background and some tips to think about while drawing background at all. Okay, so the first group of tips is about while you are drawing. Okay, using many layers, as you have seen now, because I'm testing. Sometimes I'm not satisfied with the result, so I had to erase this layer from my Photoshop and create another layer with effects. Okay, using another tip try using original reference. Yes, original reference. And separate them into layers. Don't just copy paste those like photo bashing. Sometimes it's annoying. Other artists viewing your work will be astonished at first, but sometimes you get bored something. And I sometimes, when I look at other artists who do this more than often, I get bored, and sometimes it ends with me stop looking at their work. So you will have to do a retouching, a simple repainting to those original references. You already separated them into layers, so you paint over them. Another important tip is to pay attention to the lights. Pay attention to the lights. Naturally, in a photo reference, in real photo reference, you don't find a very anime looking photo without the dynamic lights and the dynamic shadows, right? So you'll have to reconsider and reconstruct the lights and the shadows for this image, okay? You will notice the distance and applying the background, the midground, foreground level parts, and trying to make those parts, applying them together. In my image here, I didn't make it look like background, midground, foreground. I naturally used, you will notice that there is three windows here, two long columns on her right, on our left. Those I'm going to turn them into very light source, a very powerful source of light, dynamic source, while in the background there is maybe two levels in the ceiling and the windows behind her. Okay, while there is a foreshortening and a dynamic look in Ayane's body, I have already made. So paying attention to the distance and mastering the background, the midground, foreground, it's very important to make your image look more real, more dynamic. If you wanted to make it more anime or comics, whatever art you're making, you'll have to consider this part because they are very important and very important too. Well, another final tip to any drawing you are going to make while drawing, okay, is to add more objects to blend with each other. Well, in my case here, I have used buildings, windows, and lights that's coming from the outside. It will appear naturally, it will appear while we are working on the image, okay? Well, those are my tips while you are drawing. Here's tips while you are thinking to draw something. Those are another separated tips from the last one that I've already said, okay? Well, those tips are: always train yourself. Besides drawing gestures and anatomy, you will have to draw urban and buildings freehand with no respect, yes, with no respect or attention to perspective. Don't get worried or hold yourself too much with perspective values and not able to understand them. It will make your life look like a nightmare, and you don't know how to understand or go from here to there. Start raising lines before you even start to draw, so you will have to leave the drawing apart and get bored and maybe get confused and stop. Many of us may get an art block, a long-living art block. I will be considering and talking about the art block in another episode, but remember that you are drawing to your enjoyment and you're drawing to be happy. Some of us use this for a living, so art block is not good for us at all, okay? So another tip: after you do this, while with no respect or attention to perspective, you will start to understand perspective after a while. Well, how is this going to work, Andrew? Well, with gesture drawings, when you draw gestures for a long time, you will understand how the muscles are going to work, right? You will notice and keep in check the body masses, the hands moving, the lines of the back, hands, forearms, the legs. Every mass of the body you will be able to configure and find the solution, resolve it to your taste, right? Well, the same thing applies to drawing backgrounds. So start randomly drawing, draw some chaotic lines, just try to draw what you are seeing. Draw 1 minute while paying attention and notice for 4 minutes. Here is a secret. This is the secret to make yourself far more better artist than you are now or than you are today. How? Well, pay attention and notice the shape or the background you are drawing from in 4 minutes while you are going to draw 1 minute. It's not trying to draw the whole drawing, the whole scenery in 1 minute. No, don't do this. I'm paying attention to maybe the still life image, the still life in front of you, trying to understand the differences between the shapes, the buildings, the shadows, the body mass, and then try to draw a very small part according to this part, very small, then move to the other one with 4 minutes, noticing for 4 minutes, and then drawing for another minute. Some of us get distracted and don't apply this. This is why our drawings sucks, actually. So here is the secret that I've already told you. Share it with others and don't keep it to yourself. Sometimes, another tip, sometimes cheating and using real photos are really effective. So this tip is going to work both while you are drawing on an image or while you are thinking to draw a background, okay? So cheating and using real photos and separating them into layers, painting over them. So here is the link between the two general tips. Okay, so now I am returning to drawing to the cell shades with INA, removing unwanted shadows from her sword and her hand. After that, I will be adding highlights, so stay tuned and notice what's coming in the end. Remember that there is a source of light, a major source of light. There's the windows, the three windows, that two in very small triangle area there are our source of light. So there is light coming from her right and very thin light to give her more dynamic anime, cel shaded tones on her back. Okay. Just hope you guys are staying safe. Sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. I had to prepare a major video, like a viewing today. I had to take a break. So I am not even sure that I'll be able to post this video today because it's very long and very big in size, so it may be 2 days with no videos. Well, but YouTube says it.
Quality over quantity. So make very more quality videos, and instead of making a low quality one, too much, it's not going to get you anyway.
Well, that's true. So I'm trying to apply this theory by I had to make a change. I already had a drawing of Blackbird from One Piece that I will be sharing with you guys. Choose the steps too. It will be a shorter video, not so long as this one. Well, as for my Dead or Alive experience, I remember playing the first one on PlayStation. Yes, I'm a hardcore gamer, so you I kinda enjoyed it. It was fun. As you see now, I'm using the butterflies and applying them to her trademark ribbon, back ribbon. That's too much butterflies, so I had to erase it and enlarge the one already there, and then cut some butterflies from it to make it more dynamic with the ribbon. Okay. So when the series started to get back on PC, it was fun actually. For Dead or Alive 5, I played on the Xbox 360 and Dead or Alive 6. It's fun also, but I find the graphics are amazing, but I nearly found 5 more spectacular and amazing in some ways other than this. Well, have you noticed now I'm using the photo bashing but as a textures for my windows here. So I'm applying those to the backgrounds. I'm even using the metal layer here, applying it and transforming it into layer styles to fit in and blend in with the image, deleting the unwanted parts. And giving some distances for the background to be restful to the eyes with soft bluish colors. We're going to add colors to her right and left, effects of her appearing, butterflies, purple butterflies, and the shadow effects. And the shadow effect on her right to appear as you see now. I'm turning those purple lines into bluish green colors to fit with the windows and the lights we're going to make. Applying this effect to the hair. The front area is very important when you apply the streak. But be a master of it, don't let it deceive you. Using some highlights on the cheeks. Applying it to the whole face. I'll be adding two versions of the drawing. I made the whole original video about the main one, while the other will be with no video. The wet version, you'll find it on DeviantArt, so check it out. You'll also find my DeviantArt link down below in the description, so feel free to check it out and watch me there. Well, when I was talking to Chase Connelly, amazing artist Chase Connelly, talking about picking up the cell shade tones. Actually, I saw a tutorial back in the day when I started drawing the cell shade, and it's all about making any darker tone with applying a multiply layer style to it. Well, this was wrong. Was this totally wrong and totally off to the image? Well, the solution was to make the darker tones or the lighter tones on a normal layer. Yes, a normal layer. This is the result you'll see when you apply this trick. Well, when I've been talking to Chamba about the coloring tones and how you apply them, how do you apply the lights, overlay lights, such thing, he told me stay away from using solid white or solid black. It's so tricky, so start using and applying tones, maybe brownish ones, purple ones, and bluish one when you're drawing, a yellowish one when you're making a light one, and when you're drawing a darker one. So just pay attention to those. And you will find your cell shade colors are popping out like anime looking. If it makes your job easier to use textures already made, like I've used the butterflies here, it's already a photo. I didn't make this photo. You find it in the links down below. Source. So don't always get astonished or get old by the amount of details, amount of color tones you do. Just make it simple yourself using the normal color layer, okay? And now we're making highlights. Lights that are coming from the background lights that we are going to add after a couple of minutes. Adding this effect to the sword. And now we are adding the lights I've been talking about to the background to make it look more deep and more dynamic. It helps our image to get more professional or more amazingly looking. Now I'm making a design for the butterfly. It's effect like she is reappearing in front of us. Making the random layers, I'm going to adjust each one. It's a very simple effect. Actually, I thought about when a ninja, Pigmo Ninja from the Dead or Alive series appear or reappear to make that very lively, amazing effects to appear. For this, I'm going to collect those in a single layer, adjust them as you're seeing now with blur, motion blur. Duplicate this layer and scale it to give it this glowing purplish look. After that, we are going to give her other side the tones I have been telling you about. While I'm making the video. Adding a very white tones first before I start making effects, purple effects, and add them to the character. I choose darker tone, apply it to color dodge, and start applying it to Iony hair and face, clothes and other props to the scenery. It's too much light, so I have to settle it down and move the unwanted parts to make it look like a refined anime look image and not over rendered image. It's very important to keep in mind that there is a very glowish part. Here is a part that I find in Hiraku Arts or some anime. Amazingly drawn women, they appear on screen, that they got these dot tones that appear on their heads and their body parts, which I love to add. Adding more darker shadow parts. I could have stayed with the final looks I have made already, but I wanted to make it more deep. I will not only add shade to the body, I will add to the clothes as well. Same thing is going to be applied. Always remember, guys, when you would like to send me any questions or would like to ask me anything about tips and tricks and how to manage this or that, I would be so happy to help you guys, or why I'm making these videos at all. I'm enjoying my time talking to you and making this video. There is nothing pushing me, so I'm enjoying it. Just stay safe and stay home. Most of our countries are suffering from this coronavirus matter. I just hope this issue turns away, this crisis turns away. I pray to you all, so hope you all pray for me. I'm adding more tones, bluish tones, to blend in with the background. It's very helpful when you do so. And making it darker, multiply down below. It's standard looks when you find an anime, when you see an anime. So it's very important I'm also making a makeup to the character. It's like adding lipsticks and some blush, but I just noticed that the blush tones are kinda off with the final image of the skin, so I had to retouch it and remove unwanted parts from this. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed looking at the image as I'm working with you guys. If you got any questions, please send them over in the comment section or send them to my social media links. Stay safe, stay home, don't go outside only if it's so important to bring food or medicine. Take care of your loved ones by take caring of yourself. Many thanks again and goodbye.